So this time I was going to take the show on the road a little bit, thinking I would do this a lot better. It's Your Nerd Side, brought to you by Disney and, of course, our friends at Amazon. And I don't want any of you guys to get upset, especially Disney. We're doing a Universal Movies production. We're talking about it. Back to the Future. Yes, it's a Universal franchise that was made famous by Robert Zemeckis, Bob Gale, starring Michael J. Fox, Christopher Lloyd. And it was so big that they actually made a musical out of it. And that's where we are today. We're at the Orpheum Theare in San Francisco to see Back to the Future, the musical. Not once, but this is the second time we're coming back. And I'm sitting here with my son, who's got his Back to the Future vest on. And AMV's over here across from me, who's getting ready to go in and see it. So we're going to go sit down and talk real fast about it, because last week we said we're going to do reviews about it. But what better way would it do to do a review is when we're about to start the show and talk about it, all right? So let's start the show as we're live from Back to the Future, the musical, at the Orpheum Theatre in San Francisco, as it's the second day from the closing of the show here, and it moves on across the United States. It all started in New York. So let's start the show, and we'll come right back.
Welcome to Comic-Con,
where once a year, sci-fi buffs take their lips off the barrel of a loaded gun and spend half a day adjusting their eyes to sunlight.
You want to see a comic book with pregnant zombie nuns?
You psychotic nerd!
Dude, what a bunch of freaking nerdos.
Can't you see I'm white and nerdy? Look at me, I'm white and nerdy.
I'm a nerd too.
Your personality needs some work.
You're not part of the popular clique.
But I was kind of a lonely nerd in high school.
I started a quilt. I did yoga twice a week. I wore flip-flops in public.
I like to roll with the gangsters. Although it's apparent I'm too white and nerdy. I'm just too white and nerdy. I'm just too white and nerdy. Look at me, I'm white and nerdy.
So last week we talked about Daredevil. We're talking about how good it was. We loved it. We thought it was one of the best things I've ever seen in my life. And AMV goes, wait, you forgot to talk about something. You forgot to talk about something. And the thing she said we forgot to talk about was Back to the Future musical. We never got around to it. And we're just always seemed to be busy all the time. Okay, so what is your feelings about it?
I was just waiting for you to be really grateful. That's the only reason why. But I was told from above that I had to bring my other son, Mateo, here, and my mom. Now, I just want to say, Andre, who is film studies, and I'll start off as a stage crew person, he did not want to come because maybe it's not as cool as it could be. But if you want just pure fun, everyone at different ages are here. We're just really enjoying it. I appreciate Alexa, who made my Coke and whiskey very nice and sweet.
What I'm blown away about is the first showing that we went to, I expected to see people, I don't know, in my age group, 53, 50s, 40s, that actually grew up with Back to the Future because they're all 80s child or whatever. And I'm looking to the left, in the front of me, there's people that are older than me. I'm talking to like late 60s. I said, oh, have you ever seen it before? And they go, never seen Back to the Future, don't know anything about it. But they came to here because it got great reviews. They wanted to see it. And I asked another person later on, like, have you seen it? Never seen the movie. So people are actually seeing the play based on what its reviews are and stuff like that. Now, people are asking me, is it good? Is it really good? There are things that are different about the play that are not the same in the movie. I don't know if it'll ruin it for you or not. So what?
So the question, are you going to spoil it? And then also we have to say a big thank you too, because the first time you saw it was because of Margaret and Jean. There's some Broadway fans who just love coming to theater shows. Guess what? I like theater shows too. Hint, hint, my friend.
No, there are some shows that I do not want to see. Like Wicked. I did never like Wicked.
I remember I did Wicked.
People hate Wicked so much.
I don't like Wicked. It's just boring to me.
But what about the Christmas Carol?
Christmas Carol's okay, but okay. So, what about Elf? Did you like Elf?
It was all right.
It wasn't. Because you expect Will Ferrell. That's why.
But I do like going out, enjoying with the crowd and everyone. That is an enjoying experience.
And I'm sorry, there's a lot of noise in here, and if you guys, the background noise is, these are theater goers that are coming in early for the show because we haven't been admitted to our seats yet.
We're still waiting. Did you know they ran out of merchandise, and it was not even 40 minutes before the show? So the guy had to go back. They already got running out. They went and restocked. They had to go backstage and get some more. So
Well, so
someone's
the fir-
making money.
So the first time I have a unique ability to get free things, and I don't know how I do this. And I'll be nice or like that. So we were here for the first showing, and all I wanted to do was, when I come to Back to the Future, the musical, this is all I wanted. And I've said this for over 3-4 years when it first opened.
Over and over.
I want the Marty McFly vest. That's all I want.
No, I don't remember that. I know you said you want to go to the show
I
in New
want
York.
the jacket. I want the jacket. So we get here, and I get in line, and I go, Aaron Michael, you want a jacket? Yes. I got his small.
Wait,
I go,
you got it? Just Claire.
No, you bought it.
Thank
but
you.
it was extra large. I said, can I get the extra large? Oh, we're sold out. I'm like, what? You got a large? I even asked for the one on the mannequin. He goes, no, we can't tell that. It's stapled up. So I kept complaining about it over and over again, and I talked about I didn't get one, and then all of a sudden I got a note in the mail from Back to the Future, the musical, blah, blah, blah. Thank you so much for supporting us so much. And sent me the jacket, and it was a thank you. So I just got to say, thank you guys for sending my vest, and I'm wearing it right now. Flex capacitor on my left breast, and on my back it says Back to the Future, the musical.
So, and then Mateo's coming over. He's not a big fan like Gremlins. Can you imagine it was Gremlins, the musical? But he wanted a beanie. He wanted a mug. Now, here's a question. A beautiful 80-plus immigrant grandmother is coming to see the show with us.
Yeah, she'll like it.
She will like it because now, so you do agree with USA Today that it's a jaw-dropping spectacle that hits all the right buttons.
Yes, it is.
Okay, why?
I have never. One, the songs were fantastic. They changed the storyline. They added new songs. Every moment there was always something, especially when they're going around. There's a part that they did a big dance routine on campus where they're trying to beat up Biff. Biff's trying to beat up Marty McFly or Calvin Klein.
I'm about to say, who's beating up Biff?
And they're running around doing a dance routine. Fantastic. Even the extra choreography and the extra to when Biff, Doc Brown falls asleep. Fantastic. The special effects alone are amazing.
I know, but did you notice how the people in the concession stand were a little bit disappointed, or were selling the merch, as Ross would say, when you kept on saying, well, I heard New York, it was better. It
true.
flies and
I
this
heard-
and that.
it
So wait,
flies.
so
No,
you
it-
still want to go? No, wait. I want you to turn around. Turn around real quick. So just to let everyone listen, there are people wearing actual costume. Like we're talking about
That's the guest jacket.
the guest jacket, the Nike shoes, yes, with the red swoosh, the plaid, kind of like, or checkered, what do you call that, black and white t-shirt, right?
And that's how I dress in 8th grade. It's sad.
That's how he
I
did
had
dress.
exactly the same jacket.
With the collars up. Collars up.
That's the 80s dressing. That's how it was. That's all. And the pants are Bugle Boy. They should be. They don't make Bugle Boy anymore. But the pants Marty McFly wore were Bugle Boy. And then later on they changed it to Levi's in the second movie. Show is fantastic. I loved it. Did you can say, you can ask over and over again if I liked it or not, but did you like it?
I enjoyed it as a show. Is it better than Elf? Yes. Is it better than The
Wicked?
Christmas Carol? Yes.
Better than Wicked? Yes.
I would say it's the same level as Wicked.
No.
I think it's just a very girly show.
Ooh,
Wicked.
Back to the Future?
Wicked.
It just didn't do anything for me.
I think, you know what? I just really enjoy it. Like, people go to a local theater and just enjoy it.
Right.
One of the things is important. I do like the song. Now, let's talk about Doc Brown's song. Has a great message about dreams and opportunities. Do you remember that?
The one where he fell asleep on the couch, he saw about the future. He said he dreamt about the future and there's going to be no diseases or anything like that. And that the president's going to be the best president in the world in the future. Yeah, I remember all that. That's exactly what he said. It was through singing.
I know, but it was hopeful. There was some nice hopeful message, which is really important now.
And let you guys know, that is a new song they wrote. When they come back from intermission, it's him sleeping. He fell asleep on the couch, and he's dreaming about the future because he's so excited about the future, Doc Brown. Special effects, I'm going back to that again. Amazing. The car, the driving, how they go 88 miles an hour.
It's an actual car.
It's an actual car. It's not a real car. It's moved on its own.
Well, I'm sure the engine's out, but it's a full-size car. It's not a car.
It's a little smaller than a DeLorean was actually 89.5 and this was.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's a little smaller than I can tell.
That was interesting. I did order you
A DeLorean, real DeLorean?
Miniature. I think it was, I don't know, 2 feet long. And you said to return it back.
Yeah. Where would I put it? I have 3 DeLoreans in my car, in my house.
In your
I have 3 DeLoreans.
figurines. Let's clarify that.
I have ones of this big. I have the original DeLorean, Back to the Future Part 2, and Back to the Future Part 3.
But you didn't mind the tumbler Back to the Future.
No.
No.
It keeps my coffee warm. I'm going Back to the Future. So the show's fantastic. You want to find more out about it, go online to Back to the Future musical.com. It tells you all the next locations they're going to, what they're doing. We're in San Francisco right now. The second to last night showing, second time being here. I am a nerd. I love this show. Anything else you want to add? Because ready to go in. I want to talk. I want to walk in, go get seated, and we'll talk in the theater and explain to you.
No, let's do that. And let's make sure this theater is a great time. So even go to your local theater, school theater, unplugging. There's so many kids out here. Are there not? At a 7:30 show.
It's Saturday, though.
It's Saturday. Go crazy. Even kids are helping adults take photos, all that stuff. Come out there and let's go back to the future.
Hello, anybody home? Think, McFly. Think.
So finally sitting in the theater right now, and as you can see in front of me, this is what's amazing. I'm going to explain to you guys because very few. There is a screen that looks like and this is what's not right. It looks like a 2025 laptop in front of us on the screen. This is Back to the Future, the musical. So that's not 1985. Okay, so since we're at the Orpheum, we're sitting down waiting for the musical to start. I'm gonna test AMV and see if she knows. What was the name in Back to the Future? See how good you are with this. And people, you can answer this online. I don't want you cheating. What was the name of the mall that Michael J. Fox went to in the morning? When he went super early in the morning, he had to meet Doc Brown. Was it Twin Pines Mall or was it Lone Pines Mall?
It's Twin Pines.
Is it like that through the whole movie or no?
Well, the mall's not always there at one point.
So this is what happened. It was originally called Twin Pines Mall because Old Man Peabody planted 2 pine trees because he wanted to grow pine trees. When Michael J. Fox starts the car and he drives through to get out of there, when he's shooting with a shotgun, he kills one of the pine trees. So now it's Lone Pines Mall. Thus, he changed the future. Now you get it?
I do get it, but it's not that hard.
I just thrown it out there. These are little tidbits that people don't realize. All right. Here's the other history, okay? What was the name of the book that George McFly made at the end of Back to the Future? What was the name of the book?
All I gotta say is you're the creative guy and I'm the money lady. That's all I know.
It was A Match Made in Space. That's the name of it. And he wrote it based on what happened to him when Marty went back in time. All right, we don't know any of this stuff. All right, so we're going to start to play. Let's get back to the musical about it. Have you heard of any of these performers? Because I know their names and stuff. Any of the performers from the play? Have you ever heard of them before?
They're very genuine, so sweet with Aaron Michael. The only thing is I'm a little bit mystified. There was a beautiful woman sitting next to our son, so that's great. And then somebody showed way too much boobies on row AA behind me, so I'm a little bit distracted. But otherwise, no. But I think you look at, so there were some that been an actor for a long time. I mean, we're not theater buffs, but maybe this would be the beginning of a great process doing this.
All right. I think we got to move. This guy's. Are we in your seat? Is she in your seat? I was just talking to her. That's all. All right. This is how theaters are. Things they move us around. So the guy who played Doc Brown is Don Stevenson. It's amazing. It's amazing that Doc has top billing, and Lucas Haller plays Marty McFly in this. It's amazing. It's top billing. People are just roaming in right now, left and right, to my left and my right. And people are sitting down with all their alcohol and stuff. And AMV is sitting like 4 people away from me. Aaron Michael's sitting to my left. You feeling better yet?
Yes, I'm feeling better.
So I took him out to sushi part of this, and now he's getting sick. He got sick early. Did you really throw downstairs?
Yes, I did.
I'm sorry, Orpheum Theatre. My son threw up downstairs. So let's get a kid's point of view. Well, I have a few moments here before we start the show. What do you think of this? Be honest.
Great musical.
Why?
It's great for kids. The the movie's a little bit different. I kind of think the musical it's like a little bit family friendly.
Okay.
A little bit more less.
Is it blow you away how
It blows
much?
me away.
But is it weird how different they changed from the movie?
Yes, very.
But you know
different.
why they did that, right?
Yeah.
There are no Libyans in here. You know who Libyans are?
No.
They're from the country of Libya, which is in South America. I mean, it's from over the Middle East. Sorry, from the Middle East, because they didn't want to do any political stuff with them anymore. So there are no terrorists or anybody like that building bombs. It's more Doc gets poisoning from the nuclear chamber he has.
Yes.
He's got to take him to the doctors, and he's driving super fast. So they had to change it a little bit.
Yeah.
And you like the ending, the way that it's not money, it's just the whole family, everybody's happy.
Yes.
They changed it. And you know who originally in the movie wanted to change it like that?
Who?
Christian Glover, the guy who played his father, George McFly, didn't like the ending of the original movie because he said he comes back in time and it's all about money. That's not right. It should be about family, loving family. And his dad became a better person. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Not just the car and they're wealthier and stuff like that. So it works with them. All right, we're going to take a few minute break. I'm going to go try to get seated, situated down. Then we're going to talk a little bit in the beginning of it. All right.
All right.
It's your nerd side from the Back to the Future, the musical, the second to last night of the showing in San Francisco at the Orpheum Theatre.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine? Out of a DeLorean?
So I guess the play's starting right now. We're going to get in trouble, but we're going to let it play a little bit. So while the play is going on, let me give you 15 things you didn't know about Back to the Future, okay? You ready for this?
You mean like how the DeLoreans were at a St. Patty's parade in San Francisco?
Yeah, we'll get to that a little bit later on, but let me paint a picture for you since we're doing Back to the Future.
Okay.
In 1985, it was the year Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome and The Goonies came out, all right? It's already and different movies. It was a year featured some of the best zombie movies ever, like Stewart's, Gordon's Reanimator, John Romero's Day of the Dead, and Danny O'Brien's Return of the Living Dead. You remember those? And then 1985, Terry Gilliam filmed Brazil, Tim Burton made Pee-wee's Big Adventure, and John Hughes directed The Breakfast Club and Weird Science. Even the worst movies of 1985 came to be known as one of the best worst movies. They were American Ninja, Commando, Red Sonja, Invasion USA. These are just some of them. Okay, but in 1985, a movie stands out above all, and that movie was Back to the Future. Yes, and it started off a franchise. So here we go, AMV, and everyone out there, you're like this 15 things you probably didn't know about Back to the Future, okay? All right. Here we go. Number 15, the script was rejected over 40 times. Did you know this?
I believe it.
Yeah. They didn't like it. They said, "Oh my goodness,
Too much of an original, out of the box idea."
Disney. They came to Disney, presented to them. They said, "This is horrible. We're not going to make this movie.
That's why it's sad, pretty much."
The mom wants to sleep with the son. No way. Warner Brothers didn't want to do it. It went on and on and on and on. It didn't take until like Steven Spielberg had to go and tell them that Universal Studios, they worked it out and they finally get it. But 40 different times, different scripts with different companies, different movie studios, it never worked.
Now, do you think that motivates Steven Spielberg to make Amblin Entertainment?
I think so, but
right?
Yeah, I think so. And it's one of the factors of it. But he's not really hands-on with Amblin Entertainment anymore. It's there and he just green lights things. But
I know, but I'm talking about back then, though.
I think, yeah, probably
right?
Your own stuff, and it's still on the Universal lot to this day. So he's got good graces with them. And I really didn't want to throw this out to you, but since you said Steven Spielberg.
No, you said it first.
I know, but think about this. And I'm jumping the subject. And I wanted to talk about this next show, but he greenlight Ready Player #2. They're going to start making it.
Now, wait, he made the first one?
Yeah.
Did you ever read the book?
No, I never got. I got like halfway through it, and I didn't finish it
Why not?
because I got busy. Hold on, let's get back to this list. And I'll Ready Player 2. Number 14, Shemp the Chimp and the Spaceman for Pluto. Did you hear about this?
Have no idea what you just said.
Okay.
Tell me more.
Universal Studios executive Sidney Shinberg came up with the idea of changing the title of Back to the Future into Spaceman from Pluto. Because Mary goes, very easy, Space Boy, Future Boy, but they wanted to call it Space Boy from Pluto because his car crashes in there and it's like a spaceship. And they were so embarrassed about this. Steven Spielberg, Zemeckis. They made a joke. They'll go, oh, this is a great joke. This is a great joke. Ah, ha, ha, ha. So the guys didn't bring it up again. And also, instead of the original script, it was a chimp that was going to be Doc's, person living with him instead of Einstein the dog. Did you know that?
No, but it's good though. Most likely it's going to be their dog, right? Who has a monkey living with them?
Okay, and then in the years, it was kind of weird. 1984, they made a movie called The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai Across the Eighth Dimension, in which John Lithgow, do you know who he is? John Lithgow! He played...
An amazing. He just was nominated for the Oscar for... What movie did you just watch? Oh, I'm so sorry you lost Mr. Fonseca. Concave.
Conte. Well, before Christopher Lloyd was casted in Back to the Future, actually John Lithgow was considered and was very close to being Doc Brown, but it didn't go for him. Did not.
Not a bad. He would have done a good job.
Number 12, Eric Stoltz as Marty McFly. That is the world famous thing. You know that, right? I've told you.
Everyone talks about it. Everyone. Old news.
Some kind of wonderful in 87, but he was originally hired and he did 80% of the movie filmed, and Zemeckis and Spielberg look at the film and they're like, he
was playing such a serious actor.
Serious actor, trying to be fit. It just didn't work out, and they always wanted Michael J. Fox, so they just said, we got to
Michael.
Begged, and at night,
who did they beg?
Had to beg the crew from Family Ties to get him.
The crew or it was NBC, right?
NBC, that's correct, which is owned by Universal now. Number 11, tighter budget, better movie. Since they had to replace Eric Stoltz and Mike J. Fox as a lead actor in Back to the Future, meant the loss of over 6 weeks of shooting, approximately $5 million of the movie budget. So
Wait, $5 million back then, or worth $5 million today?
No, back then, $5 million of the movie budget.
So how much is that today?
They had I couldn't break that down. 27 million? I don't know.
Go ahead, ChatGPT.
They had to rewrite the script on the fly. And the original climax of the movie was supposed to take place in a nuclear test site in Nevada with the refrigerator and all that good stuff, which they used in Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull, which they used later on. So they went to the clock that was originally at Universal Backlot, and they changed all the ending, and that history became history. There's another one, number 10. People don't know this. A Tribute to the Time Machine, 1960, with I love so much George Powell. Produced by George Powell and George Rod Taylor. I love those two. The Time Machine, its design of the DeLorean's red, yellow, green time displays is the same colors used by the time display in the 1960 movie, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. And we actually got to go to a Dickens fair and sit in the time machine, but we didn't get to go anyplace.
No, we did not.
No.
Well, in my heart, you did go travel in my heart.
All right. So the other one with him taking over, number 9, Michael J. Fox had the schedule from hell he had to deal with. And everybody knows this, of course. He did Family Ties during the day. They got him a truck, put a bed on back of it, and came from the NBC studios, Family Ties. Slept as long as he could. They got him to the Universal lot, let him sleep for about 2 hours, got him up, fed him, and got him. That's why if you watch Back to the Future, most of it's at nighttime, Twin Pines Mall, the DeLorean going, all that's when he's working at nighttime, just getting ready for Family Ties.
And a lot of time he's being right. He wakes up in the middle of the night, right, or the day. Remember, in his mom's bed.
Yeah. So everything's at nighttime if you watch it. Number 8, a guy I love, and I fell in love with him from the movie, and I still like him this day, even though he's a little weird. Crispin Glover, who plays his dad, George McFly. You know him from Charlie's Angels, Willard, He's the
Charlie's Angel. Help me out here.
He's the weird guy in Charlie's Angels, the assassin that tried to kill him.
Oh, the assassin. Well, he was in another movie too. Wasn't that the Another Time Machine movie? The Hot Tub Time Machine. He had really long hair at the ski resort.
Yes, he was. He was the.
Wait, someone sounds a little bit impressed by me.
Yeah, I'm impressed you remember that. And I'm impressed that I took her to go see their movie, and I thought it was one of those movies you go, oh, I don't want to see this crap. And I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, you liked it.
Crispin Glover, they say, was the hardest person to work with. And all that stuff where he's really shy and nervous and acts like a geek. And it was all really true, they said. He's really shy. This was his first big movie role. Big movie role. And they said they had him come back and redub scenes because they couldn't understand him because he was so shy. Now, this is the last time he appeared in a movie because he said he wasn't happy with the ending. He said he shouldn't come back for monetary gain. It should be family gaining. And he said that's why he didn't believe in the movie. He was really like that. But number 7 leads to number 7, but at least Biff Tannen seems to be a cool guy in real life, they say. Thomas F. Wilson.
You met him, haven't you?
Yes, I have met Biff a few times. He's a really nice guy.
Are you being impressed how much I remember things?
I'm very impressed with this.
Oh,
what
thank you.
I'm sad about, they asked me if I wanted to give away his board. It's called Pitbull, and I said, no, not right now, because I already did something with, I was doing something with Vans. And I couldn't cross over promotions, and I wanted the Pitbull van and a Pitbull hoverboard, but we didn't get it. But anyway, let's get back to this. They said he was a great person to work with. And since he's also working as a stand-up comedian, he kept everyone laughing on the set. So he was different. As much as you think they hated him because he was the bad guy, no, they loved him.
It's a job. He was acting. Question, in the musical, there's 2 different Biffs. Which one did you prefer? The first one that was tall, that looked like him, or the second one who was smaller but better looking?
The first Biff.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, I agree.
Musical.
Why?
He seemed more of a dick in the play.
Yes.
Biff's his dick.
What's that?
And the second doc, which we just saw, I liked him better because he was funnier and more goofier, and he's got an Australian or British accent, and it was just hilarious. And he's completely.
You mean you had nothing to do with that? He reached out and your kid, like he went to go see him.
I actually bumped him at the end of the show and said to him, I said, "Hey, you were the funnier one." He goes, "Oh, thanks so much, man." He said, and if you want to see the pictures of him. He said he either plays Strickland from Back to the Future here, or he plays Doc. He goes back and forth. So, and he's got the perfect.
Well, he does look like he has a couple of Guinnesses these days.
He goes, and I have the perfect hair to play Strickland. I said, yes, you do.
Well, that was his natural hair?
Yes, he is bald. Number 6, the Hill Valley Continuum, or Time Continuum, however they say it.
What are you saying?
Well, a lot of people don't notice it, but I notice it, and I love it. People don't know this. If you go to the Twin Pines Mall, if you notice the beginning and the end, the mall is called Twin Pines Mall at the beginning of the movie, and when he comes back, it's called Lone Pines Mall. And I told you this guy before, and I told you earlier, it's because Marty originally kills one of the trees for old Peabody's farm, and they call him Peabody because Peabody and Sherman, of course. And he killed one of the pine trees, so there's only one pine tree. Most people don't see that. And number 5, musical mishaps. One of the high points of the original movie comes to see where Marty McFly ushers in the Rock and Rollers with Johnny B. Good, where he actually, plays it. So we don't. It's a whole. Did he actually invent it? Did he correct rock and roll or whatever? But it's a whole story. But there's a whole article that he couldn't do this because the time loop wouldn't work right. But every time I think about this, I get a headache, and I don't want to get into it because we don't go back in time.
It's like the multiverse, like the Marvel multiverse.
You don't know until it happens one day, and we actually, figure about it. All right. So, did he invent time machine? We don't know. And number 4, radical skateboard, bro. Think about this. Did Michael J. Fox really ride the skateboard? Yes or no? Did he?
Well, at some point he did.
Michael J. Fox, well, this is what's funny. The original filming, when they had Stoltz doing it, he had a stunt double do it for him.
Yeah.
Michael J. Fox came in. He goes, "Oh, let me do it." He tried to do everything, and they're like, "No, no, 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 you're gonna get hurt. No, no, we got." He goes, "No, I can do this. I can." And he was flipping off the stairs and stuff like that. Michael J. Fox really does ride a good skateboard. Number three, the DeLorean. Everyone knows this. DeLoreans were made huge. Yes, you're back in the 80s, have nothing to do with cocaine, but originally Ford knew that the Back to the Future movies were coming out and they needed a car. They said they would give them as many Ford Mustangs as they wanted and they would pay for them. But Bob Gale refused them as it would have compromised his vision of the stainless steel car and the doors open up for the spacecraft. He goes, "No, we have to use DeLoreans. It has to be DeLoreans." And they were going to make so much money off this. And
wait, question for you.
Yeah.
Good idea for the refusal or bad idea?
Fantastic idea for the refusal. Everything worked perfectly in everything in Back to the Future. And if you watch the making of movies on Netflix, Back to the Future was a movie made based on what they had and time constraints and everything changed. And this, it is used, and in college I used it, and other people do. Back to the Future is one of the movies they get to watch because it's used because it exemplifies what a perfect plot is, how the scenario beats, character structure, you feel for them, family involvement, and the big payoff while it's all fantasy, and how it goes back in the beginning is the end and it changes. And they stopped in the middle of the movie, and I was so pissed. He kept stopping because I was getting into it again during class. But he goes, "Do you see this is?" And we go back to here, and this was all done in accident. So it is one of those movies that is perfectly pieced together, edited, and created. And it's all by accident of different pieces happen because these weren't the original visions. Everything changed. Number two, Ronald Reagan loved the movie. They were scared he wasn't going to love it. They sent the script to the White House for Mr. Reagan. President Reagan could look over it, and he says, "Well, let it go because I love it, and Mommy loves it too." He loved it so much, and they did a private show for him at the White House. Not only that, they tried to bring him back to the Future Part 3 because they wanted him to play a cowboy, but he said, "No, I'm not feeling too good." It was those days. And here we go. Number one, it took over 200 days for Back to the Future to earn over 200 million at the box office. Nowadays, blockbusters
Good day of work
right away, but not there. It was different. According to Box Office Mojo, we read this movie earned around 11 million during its first weekend, a bit more than half its production budget. But Back to the Future then stayed at the top of the box office for 12 weeks. The feat eventually impossible to pull off today after 232 days, almost 34 weeks. Back to the Future crossed 200 million threshold, which adjusted for inflation is almost 500 million in today's dollars. Amazing. So here's
question. Who's second place for that record?
Indiana Jones. I believe Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom kind of pushed it out a little bit because it came out.
Another Steven Spielberg movie.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing that happened. I used to watch this thing on Showtime, and it was called, they used to do this thing, the top 10 movies of the weekend. And I remember, I forgot the guy did it, but it was on Showtime. They always show the car coming out, and they would talk about every weekend. Still number one at the box office, Back to the Future. The next weekend, Back to the Future. And it was like by the fourth weekend, summer was still going on. I got my $5.50, went with my buddies downtown San Francisco at the Galaxy and went to go see Back to the Future. And I came out and went, whoa. That's when I started playing my skateboard. Hey, I wanted to say something personally to you because we're going to wrap it up. We're in the long.
Wait, you forgot a special secret thing. And also, your mother-in-law went to see Back to the Future with you.
How old is she?
She is, help me with the math. 4, 2, 5, 3, 83 years old.
83, and she enjoyed it and loved the movie. So, I mean, the play. She goes, "This is fantastic." So, all the people, Back to the Future, the musical, thank you guys for having us out there. Thank you for letting me do. Thank you for the jacket. Thank you for being in town here.
The best.
Since they were in London, I was like, well, then they came to New York. We're thinking about flying out there to see it. San Francisco show, you did not let down. Amazing amazing.
Even though you kept asking everyone that you thought the New York production was better.
I didn't see it. I just heard it was.
Yeah, you were complaining. You were telling everyone, I heard the New York is better. It actually flies into the audience. It's like, dude.
Chance to see the play, go see the play. It is
definitely.
All right, next week we get back to our regular show. Just want to give a little love here for Back to the Future musical. Take us out and let's hear a little bit more from the musical, which I'll probably get in trouble for saying this, but let's hear some more of it.
There's nothing here can